What's your favorite Call of Duty Zombies map of all time? So that's a question I ask a lot of people that play zombies because that's a hard question to answer. It's like there's about 30 maps from Treyarch and you could only pick one that's your favorite. Like, that's crazy. Now I just wanted to ask you guys that to engage you before this video really starts. Today I'm going to be ranking every single Treyarch zombies map from worst to best because I did all the games separately. But the way those lists are compiled don't really make sense because you can't really get the all-time like flavor with that. Like, the worst BO2 map can technically still be better than the best BO4 map. So if I do a full layout of every map, worst to best, number 30 to number 1, it's a lot more fun. So we're gonna get right into the video. So I'm just letting you guys know my opinions are very weird and a lot of people usually hate me for them, but I'm just gonna go for it. So the worst map of all time is Shinonuma. Now, I love Shinonuma. I love every Treyarch Zombies map. I'm not trying to shit on any of them, but if I have to rank them worst to best, some of them have to be worse than others. That's just how it is. But Shinonuma just doesn't provide a lot. It's a World at War map, no pack-a-punch. It's cool. It introduces the characters. You have like Peter McCain hanging from the ceiling and stuff. You got a cool layout, but the atmosphere kind of just brings me down. It's not really exciting. There's nothing super cool or unique about Shinonuma, so it's at 30. Coming in next, we have Voyager Despair. I'm always going to hate this map with my entire heart. It's just not fun. The layout is completely awful. I just don't understand how they took the Titanic, like the coolest location you can go, and they just butched it. I don't know how, but the layout's gross. It's so vertical and big, and I don't even know where all the perks are, so I don't know, man. Voyager Despair just never clicked with me. I never had fun on it. The Chaos Crew is just lackluster on this map. They're using just, a regular shield. Like, I don't know. There's just nothing crazy about Voyage that I really enjoy at all. It's just a big mess, in my opinion. And then next we have Dead of the Night. Dead of the Night, I just don't love, man. I know you're going to be like, 28 for Dead of the Night? Dead of the Night is just not that good in my opinion. It just feels so flat and boring, and the crew is probably one of the worst crews we've ever seen of all time, and just the placement of this map was awful because it was DLC 1 for Black Ops 4, but it takes place before the launch maps, so we got no advancement in the story in the first DLC, and it really just offered absolutely nothing cool except for the Wonder Weapon, and that's really it. Now coming in next we have Shangri-La. Now Shangri-La, it's fuck you, Shangri-La. Like, honestly, like, this map just wants to hurt you, it wants to abuse you, it's out to get you with all the traps and the layout and the napalms and the screechers. It's cool, and I love the atmosphere, and I love the old Black Ops 1 story, but Shangri-La is one of my least favorite maps of all time. I'm just never, ever, ever gonna like this map. I'm sorry, it's just not my flavor. Now, coming in next, we have Verrückt. Verrückt is cool. I mean, I don't hate Verrückt. Verrückt's awesome. It's an asylum. It's just a World at War map. Doesn't have much to offer. It has no replay value. It's really, really boring. There's no pack-a-punch. It did introduce perks, which is awesome, but you're playing with like a vanilla, just a regular crew of Marines, which also brings down the excitement. And I don't know. I don't think the Wonder Waff was on this map, so it didn't have any Wonder Weapons either. But it gets credits for being really, really freaky. This is one of the only truly scary zombies maps that exist. And now coming next, we have Nuketown Toten, because we're just knocking out all the World at War maps this low, pretty much. Nuketown Toten, the pioneer of Call of Duty Zombies, the foundation. It's beautiful, and it's a masterpiece in its own right, but stacking up against other maps, it has no pack-a-punch, no perks, like, it doesn't have anything. It's probably the smallest zombies map ever. It's super cool, and I love this map to death, but it just doesn't stack up against the rest. Now, coming in at number 24, we have Transit. Now, Transit is a map that a lot of you guys like now, but I feel like didn't like before. I just don't like Transit, man. Solo, the experience is absolutely awful. The layout's terrible. The fog's terrible. It's huge in the worst way possible. The bus is awful. Like, I don't know how they combined all these maps, and it's just so lackluster, and there's so much space in between each map where it's just like dead running periods. Like, if they were connected better, maybe like Revelations or something, I would like it, but it's just spaced out. It's tedious. It's literally Solo is torture. Maybe if you play with 4 people, it's fun, but if that's the only way you can enjoy a map is having a full team, that's just not my type of map. Now, coming in at number 23, we have Call of the Dead. Call of the Dead is cool, but it's never a map that I really, like, relished in or loved. The fog's annoying, the water's annoying, George Romero's annoying. This is just a lot of stuff that is super, super annoying and challenging, and I don't hate a challenge in zombies. I hate challenges that don't make sense. Well, I guess it makes sense because you're in Siberia, but I really just don't like this map. The Wonder Weapons are pretty garbage. The Scavenger's cool, but it gets useless in those higher rounds, and the VR-11 is literally a piece of garbage. The crew's cool on this map, but then again, it doesn't have anything crazy to offer. Call of the Dead's okay. I don't know, man. Now, coming in next, we have Nuketown. Now, Nuketown is awesome. because this is, you know, tried and true. This is fucking Nuketown. This is Black Ops 1's multiplayer Nuketown, which is like the best Nuketown ever, and it's infested with zombies, and the way the perks fall down, and just the storyline that's going on during this map. I love that it takes place during Moon. That is absolutely beautiful. Couldn't ask for a better way for them to do a very basic, nice survival map, and I think Nuketown is the last true survival map in zombies that we've had in a while, where it's just straight up pack-a-punch and perks, no Easter egg quests. It's just a straight survival map, and I love Nuketown. I just kind of wish it had its own true wonder weapon, but I just love how it syncs up with Moon and the blue eyes and all that cool stuff. Now, coming in next, we got Moon. I do not like Moon that much at all. It's cool and it did a lot for the story, but I don't have fun playing it. I really don't like the Easter egg quest. It's a lot of RNG, Excavator Pie getting the wonder weapon, you need Gershes and QEDs. Solo, it's a complete nightmare. With multiple people, it's still more fun, but Moon, like Simon says, I don't know, man, this map just never really relished with me either. Is relished a word? I feel like that's a topping for a hot dog. I don't know, man, but relish, no, I don't know. I don't like Moon either. Now, coming next, we have Revelations. Revelations is the worst BO3 map by far. It's not fun. It's cool. I mean, the Easter egg quest is actually really cool, but my big hit on Rev is that it's nothing new. They put all of COD Zombies in a blender and put it into a map, which is nice for nostalgia. It's a fun Easter egg quest, but this map is so boring. We have seen every single section of this map before, besides the Apothecon and the spawn room and the boss fight, but you don't even get to the boss fight unless you're doing the Easter egg, and a lot of players don't do the Easter eggs. Plus, it's really easy to high around, so that adds to the boring factor, and it's kind of just very underwhelming. Like, we were expecting like a crazy new map, new story, all this crazy shit. I was expecting like a different version of the staffs, but instead we get the fucking Thunder Gun and Apothecon Servant. Two wonder weapons we've already seen before. That to me was the most disappointing thing ever. Now, I know it's cool that you could upgrade the Apothecon, and the Thunder Gun is fucking cool in this game, but they should have went with some super cool Element 115 blaster fucker. That would have been so cool, but instead we got two guns we've already seen. It didn't even need to be a different version of the staffs. It didn't need to be something else. And the shields are the same. The Ragnaroks are the same. This map is cool, and it pays homage to zombies in a beautiful way, but it's just not one of my favorites. It's just never going to be. Now, coming in next, we got Togdertone. And Togdertone I actually really like compared to other people. I love the vibe of this map. I think it's super cool. I love the 115 testing facility up in the mountain. I think that's a beautiful addition to the map. And I don't know, they did the Tundra gun right because it's cool, and they added a cool new Wonder Waff. So they actually, you know, they innovated this. I feel like, you know, Togdertone is Call of the Dead done right, because they take Call of the Dead's layout and they make it so much better. Like, just, it's incredible. It plays so much better. There's no fog. During the day, like, the skybox looks beautiful. The Golden Pack-a-Punch is super cool. And this map just really feels tried and true to the Black Ops 4 formula. I feel like this is one of the best maps in Black Ops 4 because it really just served it right. It just, I don't know, man. It just did. Plus, it's the ending to the COD Zombie storyline, so it has a special place in my heart. Now, I just feel like Togdertone kind of delivered, and a lot of people don't give it credit. It's a fun map. It's fun to high around. It's fun to do the Easter egg. It's Call of the Dead done right, in my opinion. That's just pretty much all I got to say. Now, coming to number 18, we got 9. Now, 9 is like the starter map for Black Ops 4. This is the map where if you're learning how to play Black Ops 4, you want to play this map because it's simple. You can get that Pack-a-Punch pistol nice and early. You know, all you have to do is kill 4 challengers to unlock Pack-a-Punch. It's so self-explanatory. This map is actually very, very nice to play. Because I look at it, if you're just starting to play Black Ops 4, you don't want to hop into Blood of the Dead. It's a mess. Fairness. Classified might be a little too easy, and then Voyage is a fuck that map. 9 is a very good starter map. It's the best way to get into Black Ops 4. Now, I do think it gets boring and the layout is quite simple, but that's good for a newer player, so I do give 9 its credit when it deserves it. Now, coming in number 17, we have Classified. Now, Classified is just beautiful because it was that one map in Black Ops 4 where it's just, you know, we get our old crew back, our old storyline. This map is just filled with nostalgia. We go to the Pentagon, we play as Ultimus, we get to see McNamara, you know, Nova 6 crawlers come back. I don't know why Yuri didn't return. I have no idea. The Pentagon Thief should have been in this map. I know they explained it in the intro cutscene when he gets kicked out, but I think the Pentagon Thief should have been in this map. I feel like it's pretty like easy to say. The one thing that this map's missing is the Pentagon Thief, and they added Area 51, and it ties a lot of knots in the story for us, and it explains where we're headed in Black Ops 4. And I just think Classified's awesome, except for the high run Easter egg. That was awful. Now, coming to number 16, we have the Giant. Now, the Giant is like our Darius knockoff. It's Darius in Black Ops 3. It's awesome. It advances a story. You play as Primus, the Wonder-Wolf. You know, it's all the beautiful stuff from Darius just brought over to Black Ops 3. And Darius and Black Ops, or Darius and the Giant are in different... Like, I'm counting them as different maps in this. But the Giant's fun. It's nice. It's futuristic. I love seeing Darius covered in snow and on the BO3 engine. I think they did this remaster beautifully. I love how you see the Giant robot in the distance, and then, like, in Der Eisendrache, like, they ride that robot all the way to Der Eisendrache. I think that's so cool. The Giant's just a fun map to play, dude. The Easter egg quest is nice and easy. It's fun to play with friends. It's easy to high around. The layout's beautiful because it's Darius. I don't know, man. Giant's awesome. It can get boring quick, but it's awesome. Now, coming in number 15, we have one of the most... OG maps of all time, Kino Der Toten. Now, Kino Der Toten hasn't aged that well at all, but for a lot of people, it's the first map they ever played. This is just a nostalgia minefield, you know, Thundergun training, the theater, you know, flying a pack-a-punch, like all this beautiful stuff, the alley. Kino Der Toten is beautiful for nostalgia, but gameplay itself is super, super boring, but it's super easy to learn. You know, Kino Der Toten's awesome, but it just can't stack up against the rest of the maps on the list because it just doesn't have that, like, tranquility. It doesn't have an Easter egg quest. It doesn't have anything crazy. It's just a nice survival zombies map. I'm not knocking it for it. It was just a little behind, not behind on its time, but it wasn't advanced enough to where it had an Easter egg quest. I don't know, dude. It wasn't... It's a World at War map. It's not advanced enough to be in Black Ops 1 with the Easter egg maps, but it's not old enough to be in World at War. It's kind of like the Misfit, but it's beautiful because it's simple. I don't know, dude. Kino, it's fun, but it ain't crazy. Now, coming in at number 14, we have 5. I fucking love 5. 5 is so underrated. You have one of the best crews in zombies of all time. The Pentagon is just awesome when it's all cleaned up, because in Classified it's like a mess and it's kind of just all run down. But in 5 it's like a nice clean Pentagon and the zombie outbreak just occurs and you have the Pentagon Thief, Nova Crawlers. It's a challenge. This map is not easy, but it is so, so fun. I think the Winter's Howl was awesome. The eeriness of like a basement in the Pentagon where they like test on animals and zombies and pigs and stuff, that is awesome. That is so, so cool that they have like this private laboratory under the Pentagon. Like, that is such a cool idea that they brought to life. And I like how with the Pentagon in 5, right, it just progressively gets more fucked up. At the top you're like, oh, this is the meeting room, this is where, you know, they talk and everything's all cool and there's offices. Then you get to the war room, it's like, okay, this is getting like high tech, this is where they like have their arguments, like we're gonna launch some fucking nukes. And then you get to the lab and you're like, oh shit, this is not cool. This is messed up. This is real life right here. Like, there's a lot of stuff going down. Now, coming to number 13, we have Die Rise. I love Die Rise, man. Die Rise, so beautiful. One of the most underrated maps of all time. Fun, easy high rounds. Beautiful wonder weapon. Navigating the map, it's beautiful. You hop from building to building. You could... Oh, dude, the bank is perfect. I don't know why. I unironically love Die Rise. I'm not being sarcastic. Die Rise is one of my favorite. It's in the top 15, so I guess it's one of my favorites. Die Rise is so underrated. I'll defend it till the day I die. This map is so fun. I don't know, man. It's just here. I got nothing to say for it. There's just something wrong with me, I guess. Now, coming to number 12, we have Alpha Omega. Alpha Omega for me is another map that's like criminally underrated. This map is pretty awesome. It's the first map where you could play as Primus and Ultimus. They combine the crews. The Easter egg quest is so straightforward and fun. The layout is so cool because it's Nuketown, but it's expanded. This is what we've asked for years. And then we finally get an expanded Nuketown zombies. We're like, what the fuck? Like, no, this is awesome. I get it, the ray guns are ray gun Mark II wonder weapons, like really you couldn't think of anything new. That's okay though, because it pays off, because the underground bunker is so cool. Alpha Omega's nice, dude. It's a good map. It just sucks because, you know, it was marketed as a new map and stuff and people expected a completely new experience, and we got Nuketown expanded. I think Alpha Omega is so underrated though. The cutscenes are good, it's set up the end of the storyline. Alpha Omega's good, guys. It just is. The vibe it carries, seeing Peter McCain again. Rushmore is good. Rushmore is a good addition to the map, and this just feels right. And you got Marlton. This map just feels like it belongs. This map needed to happen. We had to see, what is it called? We had to see Camp Edward in the storyline at some point, so it's perfect that they did it here. I think Alpha Omega is awesome. Now, coming to number 11, we got Buried. Now, Buried is one of the most legendary maps of all time because it is extremely innovative. This map was cracked out of its mind when it first came out. So you spawn up top in a place where you really can't access it again without the wonder weapon, right? And then from spawn, you could jump up on top spend like $2 grand on an LMG, then you drop down, you grab a piece of mystical chalk off the wall, you draw it on the wall, you get 1,000 points, then you have to grab a green key and let some freaky dude out of a cage, give him booze so he can open up the map, eat candy so he can do stuff for you, and then you can go to the bank and pull out like millions of dollars. What the fuck is going on here? No, like seriously, this is awesome. Buried is so innovative, and then you gotta go fight witches and run through a maze to go to Pack-a-Punch? What the fuck? Buried's cool, guys. Buried doesn't get enough credit. Yeah, the high rounds are boring, but this is one of the most innovative, crazy, just out-of-pocket zombies maps of all time. Buried was not scared to try something new, and that's why I love this map. It has a freaky cool underweapon. The time bombs are awesome. Vulture 8 Elixir. Man, Buried is underrated. I don't care. Defend that map also to the day I die. Victus had a good run in BO2. I don't care. You guys shit on it way too much. Now, coming in at number 10, we got Ascension. Ascension's just that OG. First ever Easter egg quest. Lunar Landers. Thundergun, just black and white till you turn the power on. PhD flopper jumping off the stairs. Ascension's just beautiful, man. I don't know. Don't got much to say about it. If you know, you know. If you like Ascension, you like Ascension. Now coming in at number 9, we got Mob of the Dead. Mob of the Dead, it was one of the maps that I used to love when I was a kid and my whole life. But recently, I don't know, man. I don't really like Mob of the Dead. It's tedious. The afterlife system sucks. The atmosphere is kind of weird. I don't really like Purgatory. I made a whole video essay on why I don't like Mob of the Dead, but it's still, you got to pay homage to it. It still was one of my favorite maps of all time. I just feel like it aged very poorly and it's just not fun. So Mob's at 9. And then coming in at number 8, we got Blood of the Dead. Now imagine Alcatraz Island in COD Zombies. Absolutely beautiful. And then we get the Primus crew. This is probably the best storyline zombies map of all time. We get so much explained. Going back to Alcatraz is so cool. We see Victus on ice. We have Primus just doing their thing, being stuck in an eternal loop. The Easter egg quest, besides the bird step, is pretty nice and it is a lot of fun. I like the Magnaget. It's a beautiful, you know, advancement. And I feel like Blood of the Dead was a good way to start Black Ops 4. I know a lot of people disagree with me, and I know I said the stuff about the beginnings earlier, like Blood of the Dead's bad for a beginner map. It is, but if you're experienced, Blood of the Dead is a lot of fun, and I actually very much enjoy high rounds on this map. I very much enjoy the Easter egg. I very much enjoy everything about this map. I think the shield, keys, and souls is a cool innovation. I don't think it's awful. Yes, it makes the map tedious and stressful, but I think Blood of the Dead tried something new, and a lot of people shit on it for it. It is missing the Golden Gate Bridge, but other than that, I just love all the stuff we see. Like, I don't know, it just kind of, it's like the Aether fanboy inside of me just loves Blood of the Dead because we get to see the lab and so much of the story unfolds, and we see one of our characters die in like a slow way for the first time ever, and it was just really, really cool. And I feel like they really tried to experiment, and it kind of didn't work when you listen to the rest of the community, but I give Blood credit. I think Blood was awesome. Now, coming in at number 7, we got Gorod Krovi, one of the best zombies maps of all time. When it comes to the community standpoint, Gorod is awesome. You got dragons, you got Stalingrad, the Z House was going on, Bobby Tarantino by Logic came out. This was just a good time in my life, man. Gorod Krovi, I just look back at it, it's all good memories. It's prime zombies community. Everyone's happy. Everyone's just vibing, enjoying their life, and it's just beautiful. It's just, Gorod was a masterpiece, and this map did, I think, the most for the community ever. Everyone was just together, and it was just beautiful, dude. I'll never forget at midnight when I played it for the first time, or when I watched JC solve it first in the world. This map's always just gonna hold a special place in my heart. Now, coming to number 6, we got Shadows of Evil. Morg City, baby. Now, Shadows of Evil is awesome because it pays homage to the Mob of the Dead crew, because this is where they, you know, did all their antics. And then you see the squid in the sky. And this map had a lot of callbacks to Origins and Mob, and I just love the vibe, the experience, the new awesome wonder weapon. The crew is really nice. The Shadow Man is badass, and this map layout is just absolutely beautiful. The Pack-a-Punch room is so cool. The Easter egg quest is nice and easy. There's not enough good things to say about Shadows. Like, I could just go on and on about how this is one of the best zombies maps ever. It's just incredible. Now, coming in at number 5, we have Ancient fucking Evil, man. Ancient Evil is so good. 4 beautiful elemental wonder weapons. The best map layout possibly of all time. It's in this beautiful place in Greece where you're pretty much underground, but that doesn't matter because you can go to hell or the underworld, whatever you want to call. The gauntlets are just amazing. The Easter egg quest, absolutely incredible. The way you activate the Sentinel artifact, they add the Pegasus. The boss fight itself, the cutscene, the gameplay, the high rounds, the everything about Ancient Evil is absolutely incredible to a T. Ancient Evil is perfect for the Black Ops 4 engine. This just feels like what Black Ops 4 was made for, and I feel like Ancient Evil deserves a lot of credit, because I don't know if you guys remember, Black Ops 4 was completely dead, man. Dead of the Night killed the fuck out of this game, and then Ancient Evil came out, and there was a little spark in the community for a while, and it was awesome. And I just had a ton of fun, man. Ancient Evil, I feel like, should get more credit just as a map in itself. Now, coming in at number 3, we got OG World at War Doris, baby. Now, this is one of the best zombies maps of all time. There's just, like, what else can you say, dude? Doris is Doris. It's beautiful. It's the foundation. It added Pack-a-Punch, teleporters, possibly monkey bombs, I'm not sure, are really growth in the Ultimus crew and how they're funny and, you know, charismatic. And this is when zombies started to blow up. Like, it blew up in Kino Der Toten. But Doris was really the start for it, dude. Doris, I love you. That's all I gotta say. I have some of my fondest zombies memories ever on Doris when I was a kid. Now, coming to number 2, we got Der Eisendrache. I mean, Der Eisendrache. It's beautiful. It's everything COD zombies should be. It's 4 elemental wonder weapons. It's in Germany, I think. I might be wrong. I could be wrong. But, you know, the rocket's cool. Everything about Der Eisendrache is just perfect. I know I say a lot about, I'm saying a lot of the same stuff about the maps, but you know, it's a great Easter egg quest. It's soloable, co-opable, you can do anything, high rounds, challenges, everything about Der Eisendrache is just perfect. It just feels like a COD Zombies map. I don't know how to explain it. It feels like a combo of Origins and Mob of the Dead, and a lot of people believe those are the 2 best maps of all time, because to get the bows, you have to feed the dragons, and like, it's so cool. 4 elemental wonder weapons is like the Origins formula, and the way you obtain the wonder weapon is the Mob of the Dead formula with the dogs. It's just fucking perfect, man, and the way you upgrade the wonder weapons are fun. They're all fun quests. None of them are really sweaty and hard and really challenge you. They are all relatively easy if you learn how to play and you want to be experienced. It has an awesome boss fight. I think the first boss fight ever, too. So it was innovative in and of itself. And, you know, we get development in the story and how Primus wants to move along and what they really want to do, and they show Richtofen's true intentions. Now, coming in at number 1, we have Origins, the beginning of it all, the start of the Primus story, the fucking masterpiece of a layout. I have a video essay on why Origins is a masterpiece, and I can run you guys down really quick. Perfect wonder weapons, perfect crew, perfect Easter egg quest, okay? That's fine. Innovative power, man. You turn all 6 generators on, you have every section of power on the map. That's good in itself. But what happens when you do that? You also get Pack-a-Punch. So it all works together. The map collectively flows, and the way you upgrade the staffs just makes sense. Everything happens in like the crazy place. The boss fight's awesome. The cutscenes are beautiful. It shocked us when we first saw it. They gave us PhD in Black Ops 2. I mean, there's just too much good stuff to say about Origins. It's just a masterpiece. Now, I believe that was my longest video ever without it being like unpopular opinions. So if you guys enjoyed, leave a like, drop a comment, let me know how you feel about my list down below. That was a lot of fun to do, guys. I love you all. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Thank you so much for watching.